Blessings, everybody. Welcome to the channel. I'm Dane, your host. I hope you're doing well wherever you may find yourselves. And welcome to my part 2 in my little Uriah Heep retrospective called The Lawton Years. And today I will be exploring with you the Lawton Trilogy. That is Firefly, Innocent Victim, and Fallen Angel in that order. And specifically, I will be talking about the expanded deluxe editions, 2004 release on Sanctuary Records. To me, these are the definitive editions, because you get some really good bonus tracks. So let's go ahead and begin, talk about Firefly. I'll just go ahead and say, of the three, this is my favorite. It starts off with a great 1-2 punch, that is The Hanging Tree and Been Away Too Long. Not that they're over-the-top heavy songs, but they're just very good, if not great. I just think they're wonderful. I guess that's a better word for it. They're wonderful, hard-rocking tunes from Uriah Heep, and as a music fan, I really want an album to start off strong, and I want it to finish strong, and that album has this in spades. So The Hanging Tree and Been Away Too Long are great classic tunes from this band. There's something magical and special to me. When I first heard them, I was like, well, this isn't the Uriah Heep sound we know and love, and yet it came to be that, because there's something special about just the way that Lawton brings to the table. As you know, if you're a Heapster like I am, that he wasn't going to try to imitate those who came before him, specifically Byron, and he was going to be his own person. He wore makeup, he's very camp, and it worked. So, all right, so the third song is a good boogie rocker. I'm not the biggest boogie rock fan, but I do like the song, and in the Lawton era, you do have a bit of that, and I don't mind it. I'd rather the boogie stuff here than the boogie stuff you find, say, Status Quo, or some of the barroom boogie stuff you get with the early Kansas, Joe Walsh venturing to those wars, first 2 or 3 albums, right? And those are okay songs, but I like it here better. The Rainbow's first album has a couple of things like that. If you don't like rock and roll and whatnot, Snake Charmer, not Snake Charmer, but there's another one, because essentially it is an Elf album with Blackmore on guitar. So anyway, Who Needs Me is the third track. It's a boogie rocker. It's a good song. Next is Wise Man. This is a great song. I could see David Coverdale doing the song. What's interesting is, yes, we all know that Coverdale auditioned for Uriah Heep and he decided to turn it down. Yet, when you listen to Lawton, even though Lawton doesn't sound like Coverdale, they have that same soulfulness, if you will, that lends itself to this band. And I think Coverdale, despite what Hensley says in retrospective, looking back, I think that Coverdale would have fit quite nicely in the band because of the soulfulness of the music here. Had they done these same songs, probably not, because you got a different person. Maybe not. Anyway, so Wise Man has a very Coverdale-esque sound to it. If that makes sense, essentially what I'm saying, it has that soulfulness vibe that we Lawton fans love to hear. So anyway, Wise Man, great song. It's a ballad. The lyrics, in many ways, parallel what's going on in The Wizard from the Byron era on Demons and Wizards. All right, that, learning from a mentor kind of a thing, and then passing that on. Next is the song Do You Know? And this is also a great rocker. And what's interesting about this song is that while it sounds like David Coverdale once again could have done this, it also has a Tina Turner vibe, an Ike and Tina Turner vibe to it. I can imagine Tina Turner strutting her legs and doing her stuff. It has that Rolling on the River CCR vibe to it. It's really cool. I like this song a lot. And then next you have the song Rolling On, which I think is just dynamite. It's amazing. It's stellar. It's just a great, captivating, great rock song. Next is the gem of the album, Sympathy. This is the big hit, I believe, off the album. At least it is for me. We can relate to sympathy and not wanting to give sympathy at times. So it has that verisimilitude where art reflects real life. Great song. There's videos of him performing that. The band performing that, and Lawton takes kind of the, of course, he's the lead man, right? He takes kind of the not just center stage, but he's the focus of that video. Anyway, from the 70s. Next is the title track. I love when an album, when a band in an album waits for the title track to be last. There's just something wonderful about that. Sometimes it's first, and kind of the anticipation is part of that. Anyway, so Firefly is a very slow song at first, but then it has 3 movements which are hard to describe, and it's just an amazing song. So it starts off slow, then it gains a little tempo, but it's not a heavy rocker or fast in any stretch of the imagination, not really. But I can see David Byron singing this, and it would have fit nicely on Demons and Wizards, hence the Rainbow Demon album cover. Very Firefly-esque. This is a great album cover, by the way. It's one of my favorite in rock history, 70s or not. So that's the first 9 tracks, the original tracks on the album. Firefly, the title track, is just wow. And as you'll see, Innocent Victim has kind of a companion to that album that this one does. Their Firefly moment, if you will. So let's talk about the bonus tracks. You have Crime of Passion, which is what did I write here? Oh, it reminds me of Free. And that's no surprise, considering that at one point Uriah Heep, when they were looking for a new singer to replace Byron, before they auditioned Coverdale, they actually were looking into the lead singer of Heavy Metal Kids, I forget his name, and then Paul Rodgers of Free. That, I think he could have fit in this band. He's got a soulful voice, and Uriah Heep's known for that soulful type vocals. So Crime of Passion, not sure. It's a B-side. Not sure why it was left off the album to begin with. Next is A Far Better Way. This is a demo mix, yet it sounds like not a demo. It's a very good song. You have some very high vocals from Lawton here. I love when Lawton goes into that high register. I wish there was more of that, but it is a treat. And this is in the last part of the song, just the last bit, if you will, but it's great. And then you have a previous unreleased song called I Always Knew, and this is a soulful tune, and it's quite good. Then you get Dance, Dance, Dance. This is the only song I don't like on the album. It's a disco age. They're trying to, fit in with the times. It doesn't work. I don't like it. So this is the only song I don't like on the album. Then you get alternate versions of Been Away Too Long, and it's good. Do You Know is good. Who Needs Me, alternate live version, it's good. And Wise Man, the TV backing track, which is good too. So this is a wonderful album. I would say, for me personally, this is an amazing album. It's this close to being a masterpiece, if you ask me. But I wonderful. So Firefly, first Lawton album. Next, of course, is Innocent Victim. Now, I will say this, if we go back to Firefly for a minute, I forgot this part. This is some of Mick Box's best guitar work, I think, and that's why the album for me is so amazing. You have a different singer, but it works. What a voice. And despite the fact, this is what I wanted to say, despite the fact that you have a different vocalist, it still keeps in with the spirit of the band. It so works. Again, coming over from Lucifer's Friend, and before that, the band Asterisk. So yeah, what a great album. Firefly. Firefly. All right, let's talk about Innocent Victim. Here's the original artwork. And then when I had this on vinyl as a kid, high school, it was this album cover, which I got in mint condition from a place in the French Quarter. So the first song is Keep On Riding. This is hey, I got to hit the road, babe, think Freebird and that kind of thing. That's a cliched type of song, but there's a ton of them, and they're good. I like those. Even Supertramp has a song like that, and the name of the song is eluding me. It's on Breakfast in America. Anyway, there's a ton of those type of songs. Judas Priest, Living After Midnight, right? All right, so then it's a good song, Keep On Riding. Okay, next song is Flying High. This is a boogie rock song, not as good as the boogie rock on the previous album. It's a good song. It's a love song, but it's not a great song. Next is Roller. This has a kind of a glam rock feel to it. I do like it. No surprise, Trevor Bolder coming over from the Spiders from Mars with David Bowie. It's a very good song, I think, and the guitar solo is just phenomenal, if you ask me. Next is Free and Easy. This is a great hard rock song. It's fast at times. It's proto-metal. The guitars, bass, and drums are fabulous, if you ask me, although the chorus is a little left to be desired there. And the guitar, once again, is great. It's very bluesy, yet heavy bluesy. Next is the song Illusion. This is an underrated gem. It's wonderful. It's a slow song. It's emotive. It's powerful. And this is what I'm trying to say is this is Uriah Heep returning to fantasy, because the setting is in the woods, in the forest, and if you read the lyrics, it's kind of that lending to that spirit of the Byron era in so many ways. So it could have fit well I can see Byron singing this. It would have fit well on Demons and Wizards and or Magician's Birthday, and definitely Return to Fantasy, and would have made that monarch, that title, live more up to that heading, if you will. So it's a great slow. There's a great slow bluesy solo with wonderful keys from Hensley, and the end is great. This is wonderful acoustic guitar. What a great song! I think it's very underrated. Next, you have the popular song "Free Me." It's a good song. It's dealing with the cliched yet good. It's a good song, despite the cliche about being under someone's spell and wanting to get free from them because they're controlling you in the relationship kind of thing. It's a very Heap type song lyrically. Next, you have Cheat and Lie. This is a good song. It's a slow rocker. Typical lyrics. I like it, and the chorus is good. It's much better than the chorus in Free and Easy. Next, you have the dance. The intro here reminds me of something in the way that, the intro reminds me of something to do with Magician's Birthday. Not quite, I can't quite put my finger on it, but it has that fantasy quality, and the tone and the vibe and the overall aura would fit well on that album. Just the intro, though. Other spots maybe a little bit here and there, but in too many short, the spurts are too short. It's a bit lackluster, but it has its moments. It's an okay song. The chorus is okay. The guitar intro is fabulous. It's powerful, as I said. You got some great guitar here. It's moving. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I was talking about the dance, but I had trouble reading my handwriting. So the last thing about the dance I was trying to say was that it's a bit lackluster, but it's got its moments, but the moments are too short. But the intro is cool. So what I meant to say is the next song, which is Choices, the last song on the original album, has a great guitar intro. It's fabulous. It's powerful. It's moving. The guitar solo is fabulous. This is a gem of a song. Choices is, I think. Next, you have, now we're going into the bonus tracks, Illusion/Masquerade, full unedited version. It's 8 minutes and 19 seconds, so it's kind of an epic. This is even better than the original version of Illusion. To me, this is the definitive version. I love it. It's great. Again, an extended version. Next, you have The River. It's okay. The first half is okay. The second half of the song is where it's at. It's very cool. So it's worth having. The River is. Put Your Music Where Your Mouth Is, which originally was part of the Firefly sessions, but it made it on to this album. This is just the band having fun. It's a cool song. It's a bit unpolished. Still, it's good to have. It's a good song to have. I'm glad that I have this. And then you have alternate live versions of Cheat and Lie, Free Me, and Free and Easy, and those are quite good. So Innocent Victim, second album. This album as a whole is not as good as Firefly, because I think this is amazing, just short of being a masterpiece. If not a masterpiece, there are days where I think that I would say that this is a very good album. Not great, but a very good album, it's a very good album, maybe approaching great. If there's something between very good and great, whatever that is, that I guess it would be that. All right, next, the third and final album, unfortunately, with Lawton, if you don't count the bootleg 10 Miles High, you got Fallen Angel. Again, this just has bonus tracks on it. So we talk about the first song here, Woman of the Night. This is pop in places, but rock in others, hard rock in others. Got a quasi-prog rock opening, which I'm very fond of. This is a very good song. Like Firefly and Innocent Victim, this album starts off strong with two really amazing good songs. You'll see if it has the cohesion that Firefly has or not. This is great from start to finish. This is almost great from start to finish. There's just a couple things with respect to some of the songs where it's a little bit lackluster, maybe two songs. So it remains to be seen. I'll talk about how this fits in with the rest of the trilogy. The next song, which is Falling in Love, I can see Byron singing that song. This is what's great about Lawton, is that he's his own man, and yet he still keeps with the spirit of the band, whether intentional or not. This is a very good song. I love it. Next is One More Night. This is also a very Byron-esque song. Again, I could see Byron singing this. Some slide guitar here, some boogie here. It's very Elvis-like, and while I do like Elvis Presley, and I'm not the biggest fan of Elvis, I don't want to say I love Elvis, but I'm very fond of Elvis, if that makes sense. There's some stuff by Elvis I love, but I don't love everything. All right, so this is really a good song. All right, next is Put Your Lovin' on Me. This is a great love song. That's all I have to say. It's just a great love song. To quote the Boston Record, listen to the record. Next is Come Back to Me. The guitar intro reminds me of Mott the Hoople. In tone, very cool guitar, Mott the Hoople style, whether intentional or not. The song is about loneliness. Even in short spurts, you have Jim Steinman-like vocals. I can see Meatloaf doing this, in other words, just the same way I can envision Meatloaf doing Paradise / The Spell. You know, that piano tone is so great. Overall, you get Look What You've Done to Me, How Can I Get You Back type song. Next is What Do You Say? Don't confuse it with Can't You Say by Boston. This has a disco funk beat. I like it. It's a good song, but it's not great. This is better than Dance, 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 going with the disco, craze at the time, I guess. I'm not a big disco fan, but it's okay here. Next is Save It. This is a boogie Meatloaf type song. Cool guitar. I do like it. Next is Love or Nothing. Folky type song with a bit of crunch. With a bit of rock. It's not crunch. I wanted to say that, but it's not really crunchy. It's a folky type song with a bit of rock to it, and it's very Byron-esque as well. Very good song. Next is I'm Alive. Amazing song. One of the best Uriah Heep songs of all time. If I was in a band again, I would totally want a singer to try to sing the song. And I used to be able to play some bass, but I haven't played it in years. So anyway, so I'm Alive is a great rocker. It's a gem. It's heavy at times. Well, it's heavy in the Uriah Heep sense. Classic Heep at its best. It's so great. It's so wonderful. And then you have the title track at the end, Like Firefly, and Fallen Angel, of course, is the song. The song lyrics are very repetitive. Fallen Angel, ooh, but it's great. I love it. This is a great song. Despite the repetitive nature, it's a good song. All right, now, bonus material, Right to Live. This is a very good song. Great vocals, great guitar. And that was a promo B-side. So you have it here. Then you get Cheater, a single A-side, which I do like. It's a good song. Then you get Gimme Love, which is a single B-side. It's a boogie rock song, looking for love type song. And most of the time in the song, Lawton is singing he uses looking a lot, looking for love instead of gimme, but towards the end, he uses gimme love. And then you have the other bonus tracks, which are previous unreleased, alternate versions, and some live stuff. So you get Last Farewell, which is an alternate version of One More Night. Then you get Street Lady, which is an alternate version of Woman of the Night. Then you get Struttin', which is an alternate version of Gimme Love. Then you get two alternate live versions, which are Falling in Love and Woman of the Night. And I'm liking very much these alternate versions and these alternate live versions. So there you have it, Fallen Angel. Now, where does it fit compared to the other two, this is the weakest of the trilogy, unfortunately. But I like this album. It's not Uriah Heep at its best, but there's some really cool stuff on here. I'm Alive, as I said, is the best song on here. Fallen Angel is really good. The first two songs, Woman of the Night and Falling in Love, are really cool. I would say What Did You Say and Save It are probably the least appealing songs, but I do like them. I like everything on here, but they don't possess the caliber of this. But it is approaching this. Okay, so it is the weakest in the trilogy, but I do like it. I know some people don't like this at all, and they'd rather listen to Abominog. Ooh, that's a tough call between those two. So to wrap things up, again, Lawton is not Byron, but he was a great vocalist to have. And while we think about, many of us, what could have been with David Coverdale, had David Coverdale joined the band, I'm convinced there would have been some great stuff here. Maybe even these same songs or some of them, and it would have worked because of the soulfulness that Lawton brings to the table, the soulfulness that Coverdale brings to the table, always, that consistency, right? But had Coverdale joined Uriah Heep, we would not have been blessed with these wonderful albums the way that they are, right? And then we wouldn't have had Whitesnake and been blessed with those albums necessarily the way that they are. All right? So, wonderful trilogy for the most part. I think that Lawton, if we go back to what could have been album 10 Miles High, if we had had a tetralogy or if he'd stayed in the band even longer, there would have been more greatness to come. But then you wouldn't have had Abominog, right? Anyway, so tell me what you think in the comments. Are you as passionate as I am about this Lawton era, as short as it was, just 3 albums or 4 if you count the bootleg? For me, these never get old. Do I listen to them daily or monthly? No. But when I get on a Uriah Heep kick, it's hard to get off of it. So whether it's Byron or Lawton. So anyway, thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.